All right, y'all. Today is February 18th, 8:22 a.m. As promised, things are going to look a little different. So we'll start off by saying that everything is pretty much hidden. It's just for security measures. I think I learned something new also with um you'll also notice something different, like you cannot see my face. I think that is because there may also be like a security measure as well. So whenever, I would start trying to, play around with the tools and stuff in the Thinkorswim platform, I believe that the camera always stopped working. So once it did it like two or three times, at that point, you know, I just kind of recognized that the camera just isn't going to work while I'm trading, which is fine. So you're here to see the charts, not my face. So, yeah, I'll tell you what let's dive right in, tell you what I see. Oh, we have been in an uptrend for the past week, right? So, finally, what we're seeing um, from a consolidation standpoint, I'm seeing somewhat of a rising wedge, which is a reversal pattern. Not one of the strongest reversal patterns, but um, that's what I'm seeing from a consolidation standpoint on the higher time frame. On the smaller time frame, I am seeing a big M somewhat. This is another bearish reversal pattern. So when you've got two different screens showing you, um, kind of the same direction, that is a good thing. Um, so I probably spent like 20 minutes trying to dissect what this chart was telling me, and this is what I got. So you've got a reversal. If you wanted to wait, if you want to trade on the hourly and you wanted to wait, you probably would need to wait until it broke down here, um, below this line here, and um, went lower than here to short it. But we're more of a 5 minute. I'm more of an intraday trader, so I anticipate it breaking um, either this level here or this level here and shorting it from there. The flip side of that is that um, this has already served as support once or twice. So the game plan or the smarter game plan would be if you wanted to wait until this area was entirely broken to short it, it would probably be the safer bet. Um, if since I'm looking to more day trade it, I'm probably going to do a quick short. Um, once the spread kind of calms down, let me see here. Kind of looking at somewhat of like a double top in this area, which can almost kind of confirms you know, the M. But yeah, this is definitely another, short possibility. Um, but definitely don't anticipate holding this one for a long time. But, it's only 8:26. The market has a habit of showing us one thing. And then once 8:30 or 8:31 gets here, it shows us a completely different scenario. So what we will do is we will be extremely disciplined today. We're going to wait the first 5 minutes out, let the market calm itself down. But just as a pre-market game plan, we are more so looking to do puts and short it. However, we're going to wait it out. And let's see, we got about a little less than 3 minutes. Market is, you know, front running amok as it always does. Always runs amok, and then by the time 8:30 gets here, it slows down, and now all of the juice has been taken out and then squeezed out of the market. So there's none left for the retail traders at 8:30, which always blows my mind. But it is what it is. Stay consistent, stay patient, wait for opportunities. I'm going to make sure all of the alarms are set. If if nothing comes or before 10, or make sure that we trading and we hop off. So nothing you can do that always happens. All of the juice is always squeezed out of the market before we even get a chance to get it. So I would not anticipate trying to short it as soon at the bell because you're not gonna get much juice. So um, as this continues to run and do its thing, your game plan as of right now is to um, wait for this area to be broken. Right? You've got solid confirmation that we're in a down track right now. Um, it could bounce up and continue to stay within consolidation, but we're gonna wait it out. We're gonna see what the market gives us after 8:30. But yeah, that's the game plan. Game plan is to wait for this area here to be broken. The 1678. Once this area here is broken, I'd be more comfortable entering into a put just for safety and security. All right. It is 8:30. Mm, Bears have went ballistic right before the bell. That does happen sometimes. Um, let's see where the spreads are currently. We are given the 5 minutes it deserves. All right, it is. We're looking to give it. We're looking to give it like a week or so. So we're gonna wait until get to the 28th. So the expiration date is gonna be on the 28th. Give it 10 days. Even though we're buying contracts, we have no intentions of holding this contract for 10 days. We're doing puts. So puts are on this side here. All right. The mark price pretty much at 433. So looks like the Bears are still pretty in solid control right now. Give it a little bit more time. Once it if it breaks that uh, if it breaks this red line pretty solidly, I'll be pretty good with shorting. Give it the 5 minutes it deserves. Had a problem with that yesterday. It just went crazy. Let's see here. It's pretty even. Yeah, I think we're good. I think you give it a little bit more time. We're about 2 minutes in. Needs about 3 more minutes. Give it 3 more minutes, and we may be able to kind of short this and let it go. Right. So just waiting on that 5 minute confirmation to give us what we need. Um, yeah, let it finish. It's not enough. Not enough. So what I'll do, I know you can't see me physically, but make sure I always take my hand off the mouse. Don't get too excited. And I'm also most likely going to take that page down because that, you know, will continue to worry me. But if we can get the 5 minute confirmation of, a break below here, below this red line or this white line here, I think we'd be good to kind of let it rock out and short it. And for extra confirmation, if you felt like you needed more confirmation, if you wanted the 9 o'clock candle close below there, that'd be a perfectly fine strategy too, just for a little bit more confirmation and patience. But I'm usually, I like to be done within within 2 hours of trading. So I'm more so get my confirmation on the 5 minute. Yeah, getting a little bit of a pushback there. About you got about a minute 15 left. And what we got? What we got? All right, we got about 45 seconds, and the Bears seem to be solidifying their position. Um, Definitely want to see it break entirely. So usually I have a habit of jumping in like with 10 seconds left. But I don't know. Today is a special day, so we're gonna let it do its thing. So you got about 20 seconds, and Bears are solidifying their position here. Make sure everything's kind of in place. Got about 5 seconds. I think that's actually okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. And 5 contracts. What is it? Let's stick with 20. 20 sounds better. Yeah, let's roll with 20. You do not have enough available cash or buying power. Um, hmm. Okay. It's giving me a little problems here. Trying to get in. It's trying to get the order together here. It's giving me a rough time. Order execution is wild. I wonder why it's saying I don't have enough. Come on. Oh man. Okay. Well, I think we're having trouble here. Come on. Yeah, that's not gonna go. I think I'm okay. Come on. Slow it down. Why was it saying that I don't have enough buying power? Yeah, it was giving me a little rough. That was rough. That was rough. Okay. We'll stick with the 15. Yeah. As you can see, it's a little easier in practice mode to kind of get in and out of trade. But we will stick to the consistent program here. 447. Oh, that was rough. That was rough, but we will make it work. Um, so we bought at 447. We'll look to get out at 478. Let's focus on getting out here. All right, 478 is where we're gonna sell it. Put the cut it locked, that is the limit. 15 contracts they allowed us to buy. Let's all right. All right, so we'll let's that was a little rough, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little easier in practice mode, but we'll figure it out later. So um let's explain the trade while we are in it. Got a rising wedge pattern here. Um, we had a breakout under the resistance, which is what made me comfortable enough to take the trade. Um, you have the bulls giving a little pushback here on this candle, which could be a little scary, but with it being you know, like a bullish signal here. So what you're looking for is you're looking for this resistance to hold up. And if it does hold up within the next 5, 10, 15 minutes and continues to push down, we're pretty much solidified in our um, puts in our bearish trade. So we're looking forward to kind of reach this level here and let's just let it roll from there. So there's nothing else to really do. Just let the pattern take care of itself. I feel comfortable in this trade as um, you know, the 9 o'clock EMA is broken. If it can stay this way until 9 o'clock, you're pretty solidified in the trade. So, all right, that was rough. I don't remember it being that rough in practice mode, huh? They wouldn't let me get the 20 contracts I wanted. They only let me get 15. So I didn't have enough buying power, but that's a good lesson learned, I suppose. So I guess we'll be sticking to 15 contracts and not 20 or 25. Not sure if they're waiting on certain funds to clear or what it could be, but we got about we got about 3 minutes on this candle. So let it roll from there. Something something small but somewhat important to note here. It might not matter in a second, but notice that the bodies of these candles here are, closing within this candle here. So you may be in somewhat of a range for a little while, maybe, 10 to 15 minutes. But once it probably breaks this area here, we're probably solidified. We're probably good. Just gotta let it do its thing. Man, what a rough injury execution, huh? Man, that was rough. Um, yeah, I have to go back and watch the tape on that. Why it was so rough. Maybe have to check I have to check with Schwab and see what was the issue. Talk to my broker. When you have issues like that, to start off, it's probably good to just not trade. Um, it's kind of a bad trigger warning or a bad sign. But you know, a good level of resilience to kind of stick with it, or just um, I guess the biggest lesson in this video is when you have struggles like that, just go ahead and downsize your risk, lower your risk, don't increase it, don't force it, you know, or probably just don't trade that day and figure it out later. So you got about 35 seconds on this. Feel like once this candle here is solidified below here, it should be good going forward. And there it is. Got about 20 seconds. Bears are taking care of business. About 5 seconds here. It's not the strongest candle you're gonna have all day, probably. It's pretty good. Pretty good. That's a good bear candle. You can get rid of those. Take up the trading range. So we are in a solid downtrend during the open market. Even though we've been in a downtrend, this is like half the move right here. You know, the hedge funds already took most of the juice out, but we'll just focus on six. Trade needs to get down here, 980. Oh, getting somewhat of a pullback on these. Yeah, as long as you don't have like a treacherous pullback all the way back inside this candle here, back up into consolidation, I think you'll be okay. Um, you could have somewhat of a pullback back up to this white line here, as this is considered just now breaking the pattern. But we'll see how it finishes. See if the Bulls have a little fight in them or not. Hopefully the Bears can finish the job before 9 o'clock. That'll be great. Be a quick trading day, and we can go ahead and get out of here. Uh, Trying to find little areas of sudden change, but I don't see anything else to really kind of teach or harp on. Um, It's you know, it's been in an uptrend for 5, 6 days. So hopefully the bears finish the job. Got about 2 minutes on this candle here. As long as, this candle doesn't feel like exhaustion. Um, and like this is the only, and what I mean by exhaustion is this is the only strong bear candle you're going to get for the day. So let's see where we are. It's a little something here. About a minute 15 on this candle. Right now it feels like 50-50 ball, right? Like the the um you're coming up on 8:50, which is typically, if you're from 8:50 to 9 o'clock, it's extremely volatile. That 10 minutes is extremely volatile as the Bears and Bulls typically fight for. They're jockeying for position. So um, Bulls trying to jock for position these last 10 minutes, but um, let's see what the Bears can do in this 10-minute front time frame here. Mm, 16, if 16 can be broken, that's a huge psychological time frame. Most traders typically focus on like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So if, with 16 being broken, you'll probably see a little bit of momentum to to the downside if the Bears can keep pushing. But it's need to come on down here. Bulls trying to keep it at that level. 609.80. Yeah, we need about 30, 35 cents just to kind of solidify the deal here. I think you're okay. Well, not I won't say I think, but as long as this candle can be solid, I think you'll be fine. It creates a new low on the hourly, which is huge for the Bears. Also, if it can stay broken under here, creates another huge psychological defeat for the Bulls. So I think we're okay. We're on the right side of the trade. What's important, being on the right side of the trade. I would prefer to be on the right side of the trade than to have to fight uphill, right? So, um, got about 3 minutes on this candle here. Seeing some fight, but so the Bulls want to give you a little bit of pullback here. They're gonna make you earn it on the last 10 minutes of this hourly. Um, Mm. One thing I like to kind of focus on um, when I'm in a trade and it's really nothing else for me to kind of do physically or mentally, just kind of, recording and talking is one of those things that I kind of turn to kind of keep my mind at ease. But, just kind of, doing breathing exercises, listening to music, um, staying focused on the trade most importantly, but, um, you know, kind of helps you get away from the habit of always moving the mouse or trying to find some way to uh, be active while your trade is moving. So, um, what we need right now is for this consolidation to hold up. Could be a pullback here, but if it can hold up, no wild surprises from the bulls, I think we'll be okay. But where we are right now is still 50-50. Like, so that's a good sign from the bears. You got about 30 seconds left on this candle here. If you can get some more bear resistance on this wick up here, you'll be fine. Or the bulls are pretty much giving it everything they have. But yeah, if the bears can continue to dominate this last 10 seconds, you'll be good. I know, man. 2 seconds. Yeah, that was pretty solid. That's kind of doji-ish. Um, I like to pay attention to certain stuff like oops, sorry. Look at this. I like to see when candles are trapped in other candles. That way I'm not getting too confused on what's happening, right? So we're, somewhat in a 5 minute channel ranging a little bit here. These three candles here are inside the body of this candle. You got about 5 minutes left on this hourly. If this hourly can stay, this hourly can stay below this area here. That's huge for the bears. So I'll be so zoomed in, but we're on a 5 day. Yeah, we're on a 5 day. I want it to be so close, right? So you're on the right side of the trade. That's what's important. So it's kind of you just need one more break. I still feel like once it breaks this area right here, it'll pretty much you'll take your profit and you're done. About 3 minutes. About 3 minutes. Get the Bears to have some pushback here. Yeah, this is the area that you're fighting for right here. This is the area that they're all kind of jockeying over between the Bulls and the Bears. Hmm. Um, yeah, deep breathing. This makes you realize how how much control you don't have. Yeah, just can shows you how much control you don't have when you're already, solidified in a trade. The, you don't control any of this outcome. The rest of this trade is solely dependent on the other traders behind you hitting the buy and sell button. So that's always important to remember. Once you've seen your entry, or know your exit, it's solely dependent on the others. Got about a minute and 20 seconds left. It's taking over a little bit better. It's looking great. It's looking great. Bears are reestablishing their position, and we are getting 45 seconds left. They look like they're taking over. Just need the Bears to break that 610 level. If they can break 610 and stay below there, we'll get out of this trade pretty well. You got about 20 seconds left. Um, it's important to note that the Bears have, you got 10 more seconds, but Bears have solidified their hourly candle below this consolidation. So that's good for our trade right now. That's solid. That's solid. It's a solid candle. That's a solid push down. Just needed to go ahead and break this level here, break this 610 level and stay below. But the Bears have pretty much won the first 30 minutes, which is great, which is great, which is great. Just need to go ahead and finish the job at this point. They still jockeying over that 610. There we go. Oh, where we out. That's the trade. We are done. All right, that's one. We are done. That's a solid move, man. So that's the trade. Um, I'm not gonna hold this video, especially since you don't need me to explain everything I've already explained. It's a rising wedge pattern. Bears dominated the first 35 minutes, and that's it. So I'll see y'all in the next one. All right. Good job today. Let's see what we made. We didn't, I guess that's how we end videos. We made 465. 465. So that's great. All right. See y'all in the next one. All right.